Yeah, that's how scared I was after those sounds.
What should I do? Grab the sleeping child, dress myself, and then run.
Well, very scared.
Второй дрон взорвали.
Russian authorities have reported multiple drone strikes on the joint stock company Instrument Design Bureau, named after academic A.G. Shipunov in Tula, damaging facilities and halting operations at one of the country's major defense enterprises. The news was first reported by independent outlet Astra, citing sources within regional emergency services. 5 drones targeted the bureau, damaging an electrical substation, 3 warehouses storing defense products, and an administrative building. The attack triggered a fire covering 400 square meters. A second strike occurred overnight on June 20th, when another drone hit a hangar used for loading finished products. The blast damaged the roof and walls of the structure. Astra reported that operations at the facility had since been suspended. Russian monitoring channels tracking air activity confirmed drone sightings over Tula and air defense activity during both incidents. The Russian Ministry of Defense also stated that 3 drones had been intercepted over the region during the night. The JSC Design Bureau of Instrument Making, named after academician A.G. Shipunov, is one of Russia's leading defense industry enterprises. It is a subsidiary of the state corporation Rostec, operating under the High Precision Systems holding. Based in Tula, the enterprise employs over 8,000 workers, including engineers, designers, and production personnel. It conducts both research and development and serial production of high-precision weapon systems. The Bureau is known for producing a range of air defense and anti-armor systems, including the Pantsir-S and Tunguska short-range air defense systems, Kornet and Metis anti-tank guided missiles, as well as the 30mm 2A42 automatic cannon and various grenade launchers. According to public sources, current production includes Pantsir-S systems, AGS-17 and AGS-30 automatic grenade launchers, GM-94 handheld grenade launchers, and OSV-96 sniper rifles. The reported presence of these munitions at the site might explain the absence of secondary explosions or large-scale fires during the reported attacks, which would otherwise be more visible via open-source monitoring. The incident comes days after Ukrainian drones reportedly forced the suspension of operations at Novino-Misky Azot JSC, one of Russia's largest chemical plants. The facility was known for supplying components used in the production of explosives and rocket fuel. Also, in the early hours of 19 June, a mass drone attack targeted multiple parts of Russia. In Volgograd, the attack prompted emergency flight restrictions and the temporary activation of the Kovyur Airport shutdown protocol. The outcome of the assault remains unknown. Volgograd is situated about 500 kilometers from the front line and hosts numerous military and military-industrial facilities, including the Titan Barakati Defense Plant, the Marinovka Air Base with Su-24 and Su-34 aircraft, and a major oil refinery crucial for military fuel logistics. Last time, Ukraine targeted an oil refinery in Volgograd in March. Ukrainian forces have repeatedly struck Russian military, defense industry, and energy infrastructure in both occupied territories and inside Russia. The ongoing air campaign is aimed at crippling Russian military logistics and its capacity to continue the war. According to Rosaviatsia, temporary flight bans were introduced at Volgograd and Kaluga airports around 0400 Kiev time. The standard Kovyur plan, which halts all takeoffs and landings and redirects inbound aircraft, was enacted at Volgograd Airport due to the drone threat. The governor of Volgograd Oblast, Andrei Bocharov, stated that Russian forces allegedly repelled a mass UAV assault across Kalachivsky and Horodishensky districts, as well as southern Volgograd. He claimed the attack resulted in no injuries or damage. Meanwhile, social media platforms circulated videos appearing to show fires caused by the drone strikes or crashes. Ukrainian Telegram channel Exilanova Plus posted video footage filmed in Volgograd, showing a fire in the city and a cloud of smoke from possible interception of a drone. Volgograd, this night UAVs attacked the city. Consequences are being clarified. the channel reported in the morning. Russia's Ministry of Defense claimed its air defenses intercepted or downed 81 drones during the attack. The reported breakdown included 19 drones over Bryansk Oblast, 17 over Kursk Oblast, 13 over Smolensk Oblast, 7 over Volgograd Oblast, 6 over Oryol Oblast, 5 each over Rostov Oblast and temporarily occupied Crimea, 3 each over Belgorod and Astrakhan Oblasts, 2 over Ryazan Oblast, 1 over Moscow Oblast. What should I do? Where should I run? Meanwhile, in Orenburg, 1,000 kilometers from Ukraine, unidentified drones were flying, sirens were wailing, explosions were heard, and local social media pages were spreading horror stories about sabotage groups and urging people to stock up on water.
Yeah, that's how scared I was after those sounds.
What should I do? Grab the sleeping child, dress myself, and then run.
Well, very scared.
Пошел, ниже снижается, пошел, видишь?
Моргнул, да, там светит какой-то, лампочка.
Пошел.
Вон летит. Ага. Куда летит? Куда-то к нам? Сюда, куда-то к нам летит, да. Прям над нами. Блядь, сюда что ли ебашит? Вон, блядь. Куда летит? Стоп. Вот, сейчас сюда, блядь, прилетит, сука. Уши.
In the Kharkiv region, Ukraine's border guard unit Phoenix destroyed 4 motorcycles, 2 IFVs, a vehicle, an MT-12 cannon, a Mavic UAV, and eliminated around 10 Russian soldiers. In the past few days, Kharkiv region has seen renewed Russian drone and glide bomb attacks targeting residential areas and critical infrastructure. On the night of June 20th, at least 4 people, including 2 children, were reported wounded after 8 drones struck Kharkiv's urban zones. Around 80% of attackers were intercepted, but some managed to hit civilian sites, causing damage. Meanwhile, frontline fighting continues in the north around Vovchansk, Leipzig, and Dvorichna, with sporadic Russian thrusts met by fierce Ukrainian resistance. The General Staff reports multiple repelled assaults and counterfire that inflicted heavy attrition, keeping Russian gains minimal. Tensions are high, and Ukrainian defenses remain firmly on alert. Zelenskyy, I'm ready to meet with Putin. Ideally, the war in Ukraine should end before the end of Trump's presidency.
I am ready to meet in any format with those who make decisions and have the appropriate authority,
including and with Putin, even though he has self-state constitutional powers for at least 3 terms.
and it would be preferable to end the war during President Trump's term. I really count on his help. I really count on the influence of the United States. That is what can help.
A surgeon did this, said a medic about the inscription, "Glory to Russia," carved into the body of a soldier freed from captivity.
He was seriously wounded and taken prisoner. A mine exploded near him. He was given the minimum necessary help to keep him alive, to have a prisoner for exchange. He was taken to the operating room. As he recounted, his eyes were still covered, even in the operating room. He was brought into the operating room and put under anesthesia.
And then he woke up and saw that he had developed
new interesting things on his body. Well, at first he felt, and then he saw. So clearly he didn't see who, what, and how. But, you know, now I read on the internet that maybe not a surgeon, but there was a whole team and so on. Well, let's be honest. They operated on him under prison hospital conditions, right? I cannot say where. I know clearly. I just cannot say. Prison and army, right? Those are the two places where improvisation doesn't happen at all. We understand that it was done by the surgeon himself. Perhaps it was a collective effort on their part, but in any case he participated, and he had to be the initiator. an electrocautery device, an electronic scalpel. In other words, any normal operating room definitely has an electrocautery device, and accordingly, that's what they used to burn it out. At the same time, they burned it when he was under anesthesia. After the inscription, additionally the letter Z. Also burned it. From a medical standpoint, such are of course much easier for me to work with than if it were cut out with a knife and so on. We have patients with swastikas on their faces, which were cut out with a knife. Moreover, under such conditions that just... The guy was held, one or two held him, and another was cutting.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.